Season 3, Episode 8 of Surreal Estate, titled Perchance to Dream, is really, really interesting and absolutely crazy. We see Susan, Augie, and Lomax have the same dream of the same woman who's haunting them. We don't know why, but each dream is different for each person. Susan dreams about dropping off Tag at his grave. We see then she goes into Lomax's dream and she kind of cuts her open. We see gold coins. And then for Augie, he starts digging something behind her house. And they can't really figure out what's happening or what's going on. So then we see Luke come in, and Luke figures it out, kind of figures everything out. And we see that Dorothy passed away from a heart attack. She's a very, very young age. She had no bank records, no savings, no checking, no family, no friends. But where did all this money go? We find out she bought into gold. And we see that one day she got this pamphlet in the mail saying, "Save these children in Liberia." And it was one of children named Lydia. And she kept this gold in order to mass up this large sum to give to her. Millions of dollars worth of gold. And then we see Luke ask her, "What do you want me to do with this money?" And Luke has a suggestion. And that story is, there and over. And it's a really heartfelt story. Like I've stated in my entirety of Season 3 reviews for each episode, this season is very, very emotional. And being that we focus on Susan, after the death of Tag, she wants to work to keep her mind off of things. But the house that she renovated that was her mother's with Lomax kind of has a haunting detail to it. There's like a brick facade that they put in, and it's just all of a sudden you hear screams and laughter and weird evil things happening. Well, evidently the bricklayer Victor got these bricks from an old abandoned insane asylum that burned down and put it in the house. So they're trying to figure things out. Victor is like, "I can't do anything about it, yada, yada, yada." But then Victor kind of, changes his mind and course in the end and says, "I'll do it for free here and there." And Susan's like, "How and why? I want to know." And Victor's like, "Well, this guy told me something and, this and that. And I need to change. So what's on the house?" And he gives Susan a business card. And we see Tag's name on it. It's like, wow, even from the other side, Tag is still helping Susan really, really fondly and very, very well. Then we see Luke's story, figuring out Tyler, or Elvis the elephant. And Luke figures out that Tyler is the one that killed Tag, but he's not saying anything. He's keeping all his emotions in. And Tyler sees that it's grief in a way to get to Luke and just have, hold of him. We see Tyler hitting a few golf balls at the range, and a woman, Sven, comes in, tells him that there's this position, the spot is still there, but time is closing, but it still could be open. And Tyler just kind of, is like, "Okay, all right," calls Luke. "Oh, I'm sorry for, doing what I did with your friends and everything. Let you go back to being with them." And then Luke has another recurring dream, and you see Elvis the elephant speaking to Luke. And it's like, what? And Luke wakes up and he realizes that Elvis the elephant is Tyler. It's this thing that was from his past. Still don't know the connection with it, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Episode 8 was really, really good. Very well done. This is a fantastic show. Easy to follow. Nothing too difficult or too hard. I like this season a lot because it's only focused on few main characters like Augie, Lomax, Susan, and Luke, when before we had very much a lot of characters in Season 2 and it was just too much to focus on. This is a little bit slowed down, very, very well done. The pacing is good. And while we have aspects of focusing on the main story between Luke and Tyler and Elvis the elephant, you have the other side stories where you have Susan's story and Lomax and Augie, while they sometimes get the main story and then Luke is the side story. But then in the end, it all culminates into one big thing, which is really, really good, which is what I always love about a TV show. If a main story and side story are taking place and in the end they come together and it works, it's very, very well done. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about Season 3, Episode 8 of Surreal Estate, if you've seen it. And did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the character arc? Do you like how everything was connected? What do you think this is going to happen now in Season 3? And how do you think Luke will face this Elvis the Elephant thing, and do you think he'll put an end to everything? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my Season 3, Episode 9 review of Surreal Estate.